Hi, I'm Amber.
I'm Bruce.
That's Mercy.
I'm Tyler. I'm Blazer.
And we are Castleberry Family Adventures.
Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. This is our first YouTube video and we want to cover kind of where we are and how we got here and share our journey with you.
So we love camping. We did a lot of tent camping. Well, we have 2 kids, so we decided we wanted to go further than just weekend trips and go further out, so we started looking around for a camper. We had a house fire back in July of 2020. We had an electrical fire in our bedroom. Our bedroom was completely gone. The rest of the house was a lot of smoke damage, which the structure of the house was good, just the inside basically had to be remodeled. So that put us in a hotel room for about a month, and in that month time we started really looking for a camper.
Yeah, we bought our camper in August of 2020. We were trying to find something that had a bunkhouse for the kids to have their own space, and that way they had a area for their schooling, which we'll talk about in a minute. So we found one that fit us well. And then it was just ugly on the inside, so we completely remodeled the inside of the camper. From front to back, it was all either painted, new flooring, new upholstery. We removed both the couches, replaced one of them, added desks and cubbies and shelving and dry erase boards, and
we did a lot to make it our own, to fit our needs basically.
Yep.
After remodeling the inside of the camper, we ended up putting a new roof on because we had a leak in our bedroom in the closet, so we just decided to put a whole new roof on anyways and got that finished. So all the roof, the vents, everything on top of the roof is completely done.
That was extremely difficult.
Doing it by yourself.
I will never do that again. It more of pulling the old one off and putting the new one on, trying to have everything lined up, and then putting all the trim pieces back on that holds the roof down. It was really difficult trying to get everything lined back up, getting the awning back up and everything else. It was a pain.
After we got the roof on, we started looking at solar because we decided that we want to stay in other places rather than just campgrounds. Whenever we do go, we wanted to be set up so we can just boondock. So we started looking at solar options. So we ended up going through Continuous Resources and bought all the solar.
The 840 watt solar kit.
We bought 6 Battleborn batteries.
Yep. Yeah, and I installed everything myself, which Continuous Resources was extremely helpful with all of that. We talked to them on the phone and they helped with that. They did connected to our system after we got it all installed and set everything up with everything, so it was really easy after we got it all set up and everything. It was they helped a lot.
After we got our camper completely the way we wanted it, we started living in it while the house was being finished. And then we decided that we absolutely loved being in the camper and didn't want to move back into the house. And we decided to go full time. We watched Fate Unbound and I'm Not Lost RVing. That helped us make the decision into what we needed to do.
Kind of the whole process of living on the road and everything, kind of what we need to get prepared for, what we need to have, kind of preparations into doing everything, and them 2 channels helped a lot.
We started figuring out income. Income is a big one because we both were working 8 14-hour days and trying to figure out income on the road. So we started looking into work camping, and we started going on the Work Camper News. We bought that subscription. We bought another subscription to another one I can't remember right now, and started applying at jobs for work camping, figuring out something to do.
How to make money.
Yeah.
Because we don't have disability, we don't have retirement, we're young still. We don't have like Social Security or anything like that, so we don't, like, if we're not working, we're not making any money. So then we don't eat. So we had to figure out some kind of way to work and make money.
We also had to figure out homeschooling. We got 2 boys, and we took them out of school and figuring out the whole homeschooling, which we found a program that works great for us. It is old school. It is not the electronics and stuff like nowadays. It's called Moving Beyond the Page, and it actually goes above and beyond the criteria that is actually in school learning. The kids are above and beyond already, advanced basically. They absolutely love it. It's all book work, and you get the kits and everything sent to you for the entire year, so you have everything once you buy the program for that year. We also had to find a vehicle to pull the camper, because I had a 2015 Ram 1500 and it would not pull our camper. Our camper was entirely too heavy for it.
Yes, our camper is 11,000 pounds loaded. The towing capacity on our Ram was 10,000 pounds. The tongue weight, we figured at 10% was 1,100 pounds going onto the bumper of the truck, and with towing capacity, payload capacities, and all that stuff, it was just way too much for that truck. And we tried hooking it up to go down the road. We went about a mile down the road and turned around and came back, and the truck was all over the road. It was hard to keep control of it, so we decided that we needed a bigger truck.
We decided to trade in our truck for a 2001 Ford F350. It's a dually extended cab. It met basically all the criteria that we were looking for, except for it's not a 4-wheel drive.
Yep. It is a 7.3 turbo diesel. It's only got had 120,000 miles on it when we got it, so it's still low mileage. Really good shape. Everything was really good shape except for the floor of the bed, which we're still looking at trying to figure out how to fix that or replace the bed. But the truck will pull our camper without any issues. Towing capacity is 12,000 pounds. It's a dually, so the sway is not very much. We still use a low distribution hitch and a sway bar, yeah,
it's easy to pull, because I can pull it. I drive with it all the time. We both drive. We both switch and drive part of the time. So after we got the vehicle and everything, we had to deal with winter. So we are from Indiana, and it gets cold winters. Us living in our camper, because our house still was not done, we had
our
to...
Our camper is not a 4-season camper, so the insulation in it sucks. It wasn't made to be used in the winter. It's like a spring and summer type camper.
Well, we learned that really quick. We were in our camper, and the pipes started to freeze, and our tanks started to freeze.
Our water hoses started to freeze and everything.
We ended up getting heated water hoses to help with that, and then we ended up getting heating pads for the tanks. Well, those took several weeks to get in. Well, in those several weeks, we decided we were going to go somewhere warmer, but somewhere where we could just drive back home, just in case we had to meet with people for the house. So we ended up going to the Gulfport, Biloxi, Mississippi area for the winter. We were down there for 2 months, and he ended up getting a part-time job, just odd and end job, basically, with somebody helping them do construction and stuff. That way we had some sort of income while we were down there, because we still got bills and everything else we have to pay for. In March, we decided to go back to Indiana because the weather was warm, so we could get our house. Our house finally got done, and we decided to put it on the market. There was a few things we had to finish with it and get it.
We had to put a new roof on. We had to do some trim around some windows. We had to put in new flooring that the contractors broke and they refused to pay for, but that's a whole different story in itself. But we had a whole bunch of work to get done after the contractors were done. We even had to finish some of the work the contractors were supposed to do that they were supposed to do back in January, but they kept pushing it off until March, and I finally went in and just did it myself just to get it done so they can be out of our hair.
While we were putting it on the market, in the meantime, we were doing interviews for work camping and everything, and we ended up accepting a position in Brownsville, Oregon.
That is where we're at now.
Yep, at a park. It's a public park. It's a caretaker at the park, taking care of the park. So that happened while we were doing this. So we had from March to May, because we had to be here in May, to basically get the house sold and everything to come here, basically. After trying to figure out the house and everything, we had to figure out mail. So we found a mail forwarding service in a town that's close to where we lived. So we ended up doing that to get our mail forwarded, and it actually gets put on an app that is on our phone. So when we have mail to them, they'll scan it right to the app, and then we basically say if we want it sent to us or if we want it to
discarded, shredded.
Yeah.
They give us a bunch of options. It's called iPostal One, and it's been great. I think it was $100 for a year.
Yeah.
And it's we have a local address where we just the next town over from where we lived at. So we didn't have to change our registration, our licenses, and all that other stuff. And so everything could still stay local. And yeah, it just made everything a lot easier.
Another thing we had to figure out is insurance. So the insurance company we went through does not let people go full-time, don't cover for full-time. So we started looking for insurance. We decided to go through Good Sam because it offered the best and it was the cheapest for us. So we decided to go to Good Sam Insurance for our truck, for our camper, for everything inside of our camper, like everything.
We have our life insurance through them, but it's not with them.
Yeah.
But we have our life insurance, we have our truck insurance, which is full coverage. It covers rental car.
Yeah.
If it breaks down, it needs to go in the shop, it covers the rental car for that. It's full coverage on the camper, with full replacement, and it has a warranty with it. So if our fridge ever goes out, or our furnace or AC, which we're getting ready to put a brand new one in anyways,
it'll replace it.
It'll replace everything, and it'll pay for the labor charges for it to go to a shop.
We also got a fuel card, so we have a diesel truck, and the fuel card has been amazing. We use it quite often when we're traveling. We even use it here in Brownsville when we leave to go to grocery shopping or whatever, and there's a TA we go to. Usually that's the one that is mainly on that fuel card, but it has helped us a lot and a lot of fuel savings. Doing laundry, we're going to a laundromat. Well, back in Indiana, it was only like $4 for a load of laundry.
Yeah,
well,
it costs us like $12 a week, $12 to $15 a week.
Because we were going once a week. Well, when we were doing that here in Brownsville, it's about $35, $40 a week,
and
going once a week.
Half-hour, 45-minute drive to get to a laundromat.
So we decided to do our own laundry, which we can make a video later to show you what we do for the laundry or everything, but we do our laundry right here at our campsite. We also had to figure out places to stay during travel days. So from Indiana to Brownsville, this is an example. It took us 10 days to get here. So we had to find different areas to stop and everything. So we use apps like Boondockers Welcome, Harvest Host, The Dirt, Camp Indium.
Yeah, we stayed at the Iowa 80 truck stop our first night. Then we went up to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And then we
We
stayed
stayed in South Dakota 2 different
at a,
nights.
it was
at a house,
like a
farm.
No, after Minneapolis, we stopped somewhere and then we went over to that farm. It was at like a Gander Mountain, or like a Gander outdoors store. They had a big parking area for campers and trucks and stuff, and we parked there.
We park at Walmart parking lots sometimes. We just find different areas that we can basically park if our normal parking spot that we planned doesn't end up. We're gonna stop at a Harvest Host one, but realize that is more for like adults with no kids.
Couples.
And we have kids, and that was not a good spot for us to stay, so we ended up leaving that one to go somewhere else to stay.
Yeah, because our kids, a lot of breweries and wineries, the ones that we've been around anyways, you have to be 21 or over to go in. So if some of them have some food or something, they may be able to allow kids in, but if they don't allow kids in, then we can't really leave our kids out in a parking lot at a bar or a brewery or whatever.
We're not big drinkers anyway, so it's like we're not missing anything even if we don't stay there. So with us living in the camper full time and everything, we have decided that we want a project and we want to start looking and making a schoolie. He's been watching a lot of videos on different floor plans and how people have been remodeling their school buses and everything, so we're in the search for one of those, hopefully for a winter project this winter, and maybe we'll be in a schoolie next year.
Yep. Hopefully. It's a big project. It's a lot of looking around trying to find a bus, which the ones around Indiana, a lot of them are rusted and stuff, and so I'm trying to find something that's not rusted. If you guys know of any that I can go look at, or where they're at online, let me
us know.
We are looking for a school bus, preferably like a 66 passenger or an 84 passenger.
Yeah.
A bigger one.
A little bit bigger, because we got 2 kids and a dog.
Yes.
With us also.
So we got to be able to have room for bunk beds, and yeah, and it doesn't matter. I want a flat nose. I don't really care if it's front engine or rear engine, but yeah, we're still doing a lot of research on that. So,
well, I think that wraps up this first video. We'll do more videos, and like on the laundry, homeschooling. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let us know.
We'll do a tour video on our camper and our truck.
I've got pictures before of what the camper looked like. I do not have a video of before, but I have pictures before that I can post, and we can do a tour of what it looks like now to kind of give you an idea of what it looked like before and now.
Yep. But yeah, I think that's it. So any questions, comments, or anything, let us know. Please hit subscribe, because that would be great, at least.
For our first video.
Yep. If you like it, hit the thumbs up and hit the notification bell or something. I don't know. This is our first video, so do whatever you're supposed to do.
Well, talk to you guys next time.